Hi everyone, I'm Needlecraft Danny and I'm here for flosstube number 21. This one is going to be a long one, so grab yourself some stitching, something to drink, and yeah, settle in. Today I have my web updates, I have the challenges of last week for the Enchanted Stitching challenges, the Facebook group, and the challenges for this week. What I'm going to stitch on for this week's challenge is challenges and some other plans, and then I have some crochet and I have some knitting, and I'm going to show you my storage system for the threads. How I came to that idea I tell you later on, because it's got something to do with my plans. So yeah, let's get just started with the web update. And I realized I already forgot something, so I'm going to pause this video and I'll show you in a second. Okay, now let's get started. As you might know, every day I stitch 30 minutes on the Joyful World cell to get those months finished before they actually appear, so I can have them on display in my frame behind me. There. October is still on for the last 3 or 4 days. 3. And then November will be in that frame. And November is actually done. So as soon as it is November, this one can go up in the frame. Here we go. I really love how it looks. The peacock is super cute. And you can actually see those snowflakes. I was a bit worried that you can't see the white, but you can actually see. So yeah, perfect. This one is stitched on 32 count 2/2 with the called for gentle odd sampler threads. It's a Belfast linen and the color is called Silvery Moon. So yeah, here we go. That's November. I finished it, I think, 2 days ago. So for the yesterday, and yeah, I did not stitch yet on it today, but yesterday I started stitching on December. So I'm gonna show you what December is supposed to look like when it's done. It's a cute little reindeer. Yeah, and as I said, I got started yesterday, which means there's not a lot done. It's on the same piece of fabric with the same colors, or with the call for gentle art sampler threads. They are different than in the November piece. And I got started on the frame, 30 minutes, one length of thread, and that's it. The needleminder is from Denkai Designs. And yeah, here we go. Good start, and today, 30 minutes into that one, will bring me some more of the frame. That's that one. Next is my travel stitching. As my travel stitching, I had my dragon, and I show you a picture of what it looked like the last time here. And I realized I did not show you a picture of the Joyful World cell, but as one is finished and the other one is started, I think we can skip that, because yeah, I have to search for a picture and I honestly don't know where. Maybe if I find one while editing this video, I put it somewhere in there. So, dragon, travel stitching, all done. All done. Both dragons are on my piece of 14 count Ada, stitched 2/1 with DMC. That's 8/17 and the black 3/10. Yeah, it's finished. So now I have to go shopping, fabric shopping, with my boyfriend because this one will be fully finished as a tablecloth, and I'm going to sew this one on a piece of probably linen, but I have to get that fabric. And while I'm at it, I'm going to get some fabric for the Hello Pumpkin sale I finished like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then I'm going to fully finish that one as a pillow. So yeah, let's see. Dragon is done. That means I need another travel stitching. And for that one, I decided to go with Eat Chocolate by My Big Toe Designs. There's a conversion for Eat the Cupcake, Eat the Cookie, Eat the Snack, and I'm doing Eat the Cookie. So, I have not yet travel stitched on this one because I did not have any troubles in the meantime. So, that's exactly where you saw last, but I'm just going to show you. My goal for this one, for this year, is to finish it. So I have one of those squares left, the text above, and the border. I stitched this one on the 32 count white opalescent Belfast linen with the call for threads. They are Gentle Art sampler threads as well. Yeah, and the color the writing is in is actually called Dark Chocolate, so that fits. The needleminder is from Denkai Designs, and the buttons I do not yet have, but they are on order, so hopefully I will get them in November, end of November, maybe beginning of December, but I think in that time I should be done with my stitching, and then I just wait for the buttons to finish it. So, but it should be done this year. I'm quite confident that I can do that. So yeah, that's my new travel stitching. There are only 2 colors I need to take because the last square that's missing is the same color as the border and top. So yeah, that works. And that's everything I stitched on, except for the challenges. So let's get into those. Last week we should stitch on something or on a method to stop Jack from getting into his sleigh and bringing Christmas and his presents to the world. So I said I'm going to stitch on my dimensions kit, Tiger Chilling Out, because the tiger is just chilling out in the sleigh and Jack can't get in, there's no space anymore. So yeah, that one is stitched on an 18 count black Aida, mostly 2/1 for crosses. Down in the water there are 10 stitches used, but the tiger is in 4 crosses. So I got that one out. Here we go. Oh, I did not show you a picture of what it looked like last, so I show you that here. And now here we are. So I think last time I showed you I already stitched on this one just for fun and had half a column finished, and then I continued this column. It's not completely done. There are like 20 stitches missing in the bottom here. I normally take a color and complete the thread wherever it takes me. While doing that, I realized this whole thing, when I started this piece, I started in the middle, worked my way to the top left corner to stitch in columns. I realized that this whole thing over here is 1 stitch off. I thought about fetching, but I think I'm going to frog. That's the reason this piece is going into UFO status at the moment. I'm not motivated at all to frog this all, especially because I already heard with dimensions kits, it's not unlikely that you have not enough threads, and I started with the dimension threads, so I kind of don't want to switch to DMC in between. And now I have to frog all of this, and I'm quite sure I can't save my threads. Yeah, not happy, really not happy. Yeah, it's going into UFO status. My goal for this year was to finish this column and 2 more. Those, I think the part that I have to frog starts in the 2nd column. So this one is fine, and then there it starts. It's going into UFO. I'm quite sure I can't finish all my goals for all my widths. If I can and do. And this one is still left, and there's some time of the year left. I'm going to frog and I'm going to continue. Otherwise, it's just lying in a corner, and I hate it at the moment. I love this piece, and I love how it turns out and how it looks. But at the moment, not fun. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. The needleminder is from Denkai Designs. And yeah, as I said, 18 count Black Ada. I really love how the tiger's turning out and how it looks. It's so cool. But I have to frog a lot. That's a lot of stitches. We'll see. We'll see. At the moment, no stitching on that one. I don't want to. So yeah, leaving it at that. Tiger chilling out. When I realized the problem and that I was 1 stitch off, I was close to finishing the challenge, so I just did. I did a bit more than 250 stitches in this one to finish the thread and the challenge. And then I decided to go to the next challenge. Normally I would have completed the column because, as I said, like 2 or 3 colors missing, so that would have been nice. And it was late in the evening, so it would actually have fit. But then I said, okay, I'm going to another piece, another challenge. The challenge I took was to stitch on a Halloween or spooky piece, because Jack remembers he's the pumpkin king. So I said I'm going to stitch on the Lilac Fairy by Babako, because she's dressed up as a fairy for Halloween, so that works. I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at with her. Here we go. This one is on 14 count Lilac Ada, stitched 2 over 1 for crosses, except for the background, which is stitched 1 over 1 for a cross. Needleminder is from 1 to 3 stitch, and I finished all those flowers. So I had this tiger. I realized I'm 1 stitch off. I hated the project at the moment. I hated myself for doing the mistake. And then I went back to this one and realized I'm 1 stitch wrong over here as well. And I was like, really? I realized that now? You know, 1 day later, stuff like that, no problem. But half an hour? That was cruel. I decided to leave it because it's just a flower, and the flower is now a bit bigger than it should be, and the background is less, but yeah, it's 1 stitch, so I don't care. So I finished all those flowers, they are all done, and then I got some more progress over here on my background. I did it with this one as well. I started the thread I needed for the flowers and then went wherever I needed or wherever the symbol was as well. So I actually finished those rows. There were 2 stitches missing, I think, and went over there for those. And then I got some stitches into the wing and started the wing because I had those colors on my thread or on my needle, and did a lot down here. So yeah, good progress on this one. Really happy. The goal for this one, for this year, was to finish the flowers. That's something I already did. And to finish the background to right about here. So quite a lot to do. But yeah, we'll see. That's that one. That was the second challenge. Actually the fourth, but yeah. I stitched that one as second. So here we go. It's actually, I really love this whip, and I would love to go back to it anytime soon and finish my goal for the year. But we will see how it fits with the challenges. This week it's not in. Okay, so third challenge was something that reminds you of Zero, because he led the sleigh with his shiny appearance. I said I'm going to stitch on Wedding Birds by Nikki Pattern. That's that one. I found it on Etsy. Because I said it's all white with some red spots, like Zero, who's all white and has a red nose. So that fits. Yeah. I'm stitching this one on a 22 count 2/1 full crosses. And that's where I'm at. The needleminders from Denkai Designs again, and let's just put it away. So for the challenge I needed 250 stitches, and I think, if I remember correctly, I did some leaves over here, finished off some leaves over here and I think here, and did some more on the stem, or to move on the branch to move over to the stem. Yeah, that's that one. You'll never see the real color of the fabric. It's a really bright green. It's getting closer, but still not green enough. But yeah, I realized I again forgot to show you a picture of what it looked like, so I'll insert that here. And just for comparison, here it is again. So that's the third one. I told you everything. Yeah, I did. Let's get to the next, or the fourth challenge. You should state a method of home protection so that Jack can't get into your house and bring his presents. I said I'm going to stitch on my dragon because he's floating around the house and patrolling around the house, and Jack can't get in. So as I said, it's already done. It's finished. Did I share a picture of what it looked like last time? I don't think so. Why do I keep forgetting that today? So I show you a picture of what the dragon looked like before. If I inserted the picture, because I'm thinking about it and I might have, you haven't seen a picture right now. We're just leaving it at that. So those were the challenge for last week. And this week, it's a short week. It's only till Thursday, because on Thursday it's the last day of October. So we have only 4 days starting today. And I got some big plans, so I might not get all done. Let's get started with my first challenge. The first challenge is called Gamble. Because, okay, and I have to look it up. I can't remember. I thought I might, but yeah, can't. It's to gamble, because Oogie Boogie is a self-proclaimed gambling man. So you should stitch on something that relates to gambling. So maybe a piece of cards or dice, or something that you took a gamble on yourself. Well, I said I'm going to go with supersized Cliffhanger Max Color, because it's a supersized, it's a max color. Both times a first for me. Second or third, I'm going to stitch this one on 40 count, 1/1. So, and I'm gambled myself to fulfill 10,000 stitches till Christmas, and I'm 100 in. So yeah, we'll see about that. I think I have to do like a bit more than 2 pages till Christmas. Yeah, we'll see. As I said, supersized cliffhanger max colors by Having Enough Designs, and artwork is by Amy Stewart. And oops, I'm going to show you where I'm at. As I said, it's 40 count. It's 1/1 half crosses. So I actually need to do 500 stitches to fulfill the Royal Challenge. So here we are, the needleminders from Denkai Designs, and that's my tiny little start. There are actually quite some stitches in here, but they are tiny. So yeah, here we go. That's cliffhanger. As I said, 500 stitches till Thursday and 10,000 till Christmas. Yeah, we'll see. Second challenge, unravel. Again, I have to check it out. Jack defeats Oogie Boogie by ripping him apart. And so you should stitch on something you put in timeout because you had to unravel or frog. Well, I'm going with Colorado Mountains by Golden Kite because I started this one on 25 count, 2/1 full crosses. And then I put it in timeout. And then I frogged the whole piece, everything I did to restart it 2/1 10 stitches on the same fabric, same piece of fabric. So yeah, I show you where I'm at with this one. Oops, that's best. Okay, I'm getting there. Just need some time. Here we are. That's where I'm at. Last time I finished a page, and my goal for this year is to finish this column and another one with 510 stitches because again it's 10 stitches, so I have to do 500. I should finish this column or nearly finish this column, and then I only have one left to do for this year. So yeah, I really love how it turns out. So here we go, Colorado Mountains. Oops. Next one is red and white. Because Santa Claus has to fix the mess Jack made, and Santa Claus is red and or white, and Christmas is red and white. So you should stitch on something red and or white. I said I'm going with white only, and stitch some more on the wedding birds because I want to finish half of the piece this year. There's a lot to do still, so 250 stitches help. Yeah, that's for that challenge. The last one is Anyone Can See Jack and Sally Are Simply Meant to Be, so stitch on something simply meant to be. I'm going to stitch on Dragon Dancer by Having Enough Designs. Artwork is by Anne Stokes. They dance so nicely together, it looks like they're simply meant to be. And I'm stitching this one for my boyfriend. We want to have it in our home, so simply meant to be. Yeah. Just thinking. Yeah. So Dragon Dancer. There's a part thread in here. I actually stitched on this one yesterday because I wanted to, and that's why I fit it. That's why it fit for the challenge as well, because I wanted it to fit. I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at now. And this is where I'm going to continue to stitch for 500 stitches again, because those are 10 stitches, 2 over 1 on a 32 count. Linen. I think it's spigot linen, but I'm actually not sure. But yeah, that's where I'm going to continue. My goal for this one, for this year, is to finish the first page. That's the page break down here, but I think it's going to about here. So quite some more to do, but we'll see. That's where I'm at with that one. I actually did 16 stitches already in this one today. So that means I'm 16 challenges into the, 16 stitches into the challenge for 500. So some way to go. Yeah, those are my challenges for this week, this short week. So we'll see if I can actually make it, because as I said, it's a short week with only 4 days, but I have 3 projects where I have to do 510 stitches. So yeah, that's a lot. I might actually be able to do it because I'm having a night shift today, which means I'm having off the next 2 days, and today is actually a long day because I can stitch all day and then go to work while I would normally sleep. So that works out quite fine, and my boyfriend leaves tomorrow. He's going to his parents because there's a soccer game he wants to watch in Berlin. So yeah, I have the whole day and I can only stitch. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. So I hope to finish all my challenges by Wednesday. So today is a short day. I have to sleep some more before the night shift, and I'm filming and editing this video, and tomorrow the whole day, and Wednesday, of course. Would be nice to finish in 2.5 days, all 4 projects, because on Thursday is Halloween, and for Halloween I want to start a Halloween piece. I want to start Sleepy Hollow by Glen & Place. I really love this piece. I saw it a few times already stitched up or started, and it's so great. I'm stitching it on the called for 28 count cashel linen in the color Haunted by Picture This Plus. I have the fabric here, and I can't wait to start. So yesterday I had a night shift as well. So during the night shift I started bobbinating my floss, because this one is going to be stitched in anchor colors. It's charted in anchor. There's a DMC conversion on the back, but I thought it's charted for anchor, and anchor is actually easier to get here in Germany, at least the place where I'm at. So why not stitch in at anchor? But I have to bobbinate all my anchor floss, and that's why I decided to show you my storage for the threads, because I'm in the middle of doing something over here. So yeah, I have all my floss on bobbins. So I have those boxes, and there is all my DMC. I have the numbers that are in there on top, and then I have the numbers. Can you see it? The numbers written in the corner, so I can pick my floss according to the number. I don't need the color, because I normally don't stitch on something where I don't have the number I'm supposed to stitch with. So it's more important to have the numbers on here than to actually see the colors. And from the top you can see the colors, if the bobbin is not like super short, like for example my 310 at the moment. That one you can see from the top. Yeah, so I have four whole boxes, all with DMC, and I have a fifth one with the missing DMCs, and down there are DMCs as well, but those are the variegated ones. So yeah, I have them at the end because I normally don't need them. There are my leftover bobbins. There is This whole thing is for my lavender garden by Denkai Designs. It had its own colors in there, and I bobbinated them as well because there was no floss card or something like that in there, so I just bobbinated them. And some free storage room over here for another kit, for example. And then I have one last box. I got those on sticknadel.de. I can link them below. You can get the box, I think, with 50 bobbins in there. So I needed some extra. The last box, from the front, I have all my krennic with numbers in front, so I can actually look from over here and see which one I need. So if they get fuller, which they probably will because I'm having a few mirabilias on the way, so there will be a few more krennic spools in here. So you can see from the front already which is which, and I can just pick them. From above, I sorted them kind of according to color. I have some needles in here, some beading needles, nylon thread, and that's where I'm going to start my Sleepy Hollow. So, as I said yesterday, I started to bobbinate some of those. I have some bobbins over here, and those 3 boxes are enough to bobbinate all of them. So, my bobbins. I have some paper bobbins, but not all of them. Some of them are plastic, and that's why I put some paper sticky labels on there. On those, I have 2 because on one I write anchor and on the other one the number. For DMC, I just have 1 and write only the number. Yeah, and that's actually my storage system for my DMC and anchor. And some other threads. For silks, I have floss away bags. And for like gentle art sampler threads and hand dyed and stuff, I just have them in big bags. So let's see if I can reach them. Here we go. That's my gentle art sampler threads. So for example, for January of the Joyful Weltsall, I put them together with a hairband and just have them here. There are a few missing because I still need them for December. So I just put them here, and I already have January and February as far as I can go with them put together, and the rest is just loose in here. And the same I have for week's dye books. So yeah, that's kind of my storage system for my threads. I think that's all I can tell you about that. So, next part of the video. As I said, it's a long one. 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine asked me if I could test crochet something for her. I started with crochet and then moved on to knitting, sewing, and finally stitching. And stitching is kind of a thing for me. But from time to time, she asks me if I can test crochet something for her because she has her own shop. Presently, it's mostly an Etsy shop, but I think she wants to expand. And so sometimes when she has new patterns or is preparing some new kits, she's asking me to test crochet. And I always say yes because I love to find those new patterns, and her things are so cute. So this time she asked me for George Schneemann. You can probably translate it to English with George Snowman, but in German it's a nice alliteration, so yeah. I finished them in I think 3 days with not the whole day like crocheting. And here he is. Isn't he cute? She uses those special eyes for those figures and animals that you can crochet, but I don't have them. And if you only buy one pair, they are super expensive. If you buy a whole bunch, then you have a whole bunch, and I only needed 2. So I decided to just go with beads, with Millhill beads for my stitching, because why not? And yeah, that's him. He's so cute. I really loved stitching him. He's quite easy actually, but some twists in there. So yeah, he's fun. And I love the idea of those crosses. So that's Josh Schneemann. And yeah, here we go. I will probably put it here in the bottom and link it in the description box, her Etsy, her website, her Instagram. So you have everything and you can check her out. And then, as I said yesterday, I had night shift. And for night shift, sometimes I feel like stitching. Sometimes I definitely don't. Yesterday I did not feel like stitching, so I decided to do some knitting. I started a sweater during the night shifts, actually before I got into stitching. So yesterday I got back to it and I first had to read through everything. Where am I at? What I have to do. So it was kind of interesting, but I figured it out quite fast. I have it from Love Rue by Denkai Designs. It's the autumn-winter collection. And the thing I'm stitching is the sweater, but in another color. So yeah, that's my plan. The color I'm using, or the yarn I'm using, is Fashion Light Luxury in a petrol color. It's definitely more green than what you can see on the video. There's 74 alpaca, 22 wool, and 4% nylon. So it's super fluffy and soft. But while wearing it, I'm sure it might be quite scratchy and itchy, and yeah. But I like the wool and I like the color, and so we'll see. So when I started this one, somewhere in beginning this year or actually last year, I'm not sure. I finished the back, so that one's done. That part's done. And then I started the front, and that's where I went back to yesterday. So I did about 20 rows on that one. And as I said, I am having a night shift today as well, so I might get some more knitting done. I probably just put a stitch marker in where I started today. And if you like that I show you other crafts, I'm normally not doing a lot, but if I do, if you like it, if you want to see some more, just write me a comment, and as soon as I'm doing some, I can of course show you. As I said, I'm not doing a lot, so maybe just do it anyway because it's so rare. It hopefully doesn't disturb you when you're only here for the stitching. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If I can do another 20 rows, I might get close to finishing the front actually. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's it. Everything I had. I hope you enjoyed. I'm now getting to edit this thing, and we'll see how it works with all my forgettiness today. With always forgetting to show you what it looked like last and stuff. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful stitchy week, and maybe I'll see you next time, next Monday. So yeah, that's it. Sorry for the rambling at the end. I just yeah, we're leaving it at that one, and have a wonderful stitchy week. Bye.